Hello, welcome back. I'm Statman Dave. After those fantastic Champions League quarterfinals, it is time for the Statman Dave semi-final predictions, then the final predictions, of course, on this cracking YouTube channel. If there is not a reason to subscribe, smash that button, turn the notification bells on, of course, like that goddamn video. Get into the comments below who you think is going to win the Champions League final. Anyway, let's get into the teams. Who's going to win, who's going to lose, and who is going to be lifting the European Cup. After the most entertaining round of Champions League quarterfinals in recent memories, all eyes are now on the mouth-watering ties in the semis as Barca face Liverpool and Ajax take a trip to Tottenham. So let's dive into the first game, the hipsters tie of the round, Mauricio Pochettino Spurs versus Erik Ten Hag's Ajax. This game is going to be the most frenetic of the round, with both teams deploying a high press and focusing on vertical passing. Both teams are a breath of fresh air in today's Champions League, and neither team have spent a lot of money. In fact, Spurs are the only team in the competition to not have signed a single player this season, whilst Ajax have blended youth with astutely acquired experience, bringing in the likes of Dusan Tadic and Daley Blind. But what makes both teams so special in the tournament is their style of football. Gone seem to be the days of death by passing, with Julian Lopetegui lasting just 4 months as Real Madrid manager and Pep Guardiola's Manchester City failing to beat Spurs. Both Ajax and Spurs employ a possession-based system and prefer to dominate the ball, but their passing always has a purpose, looking to quickly transition the ball into the final third before making something happen. Erik Ten Hag sets Ajax up in a 4-2-1-3 that moves to a 3-3-1-3 in possession, creating three diamonds all over the pitch. Ajax focus on gaining territory with their base diamond, looking to invite pressure from the opposition before breaking the press with a vertical pass or ball carrying. Once Ajax are in the final third, they force opportunities, either by playing through balls and cutbacks, or from shooting outside the box if there is no space to be exploited in behind. In the Champions League this season, Ajax have not only dribbled the most, but they've had the most shots from outside the box, reinforcing Ten Hag's possession with a purpose. In his time at Spurs, Mauricio Pochettino has favoured the 4-2-3-1, but this has always been tactically flexible, this season rotating between 5 different systems, alternating between back fours, back threes, depending on the opposition or the personnel he has available. But regardless of the system, the style remains the same. Aggressive pressing to regain the possession before looking to get the ball into the channels from defence. Alternatively, if they're building up slower, Spurs look to fire balls into the feet of Harry Kane or Christian Eriksen before the attackers look to combine on the edge of the box. Underlaps and third man runs are key to Pochettino's system, and the tactical intelligence of the man is why Spurs have been able to consistently outperform their wage spend and, of course, their budget. This game is going to be so interesting. Pochettino is what Ten Hag could become, with tactical flexibility that comes from experience. Zinedine Zidane set a trend for winning Champions Leagues through in-game adaptation, and I do think that Pochettino has something similar with his Spurs side. Whilst Ajax have done fantastically to knock out both Real Madrid and Juventus, Ten Hag has come up against very tactically rigid managers. This will be his biggest test as manager. Ajax's youthfulness has allowed them to play without fear and has caused upsets against teams with more financial power. But in Spurs, they come up against a side based on similar beliefs. I really want Ajax to win this and ultimately win the tournament, but I do worry that Pochettino's flexibility is enough to exploit Ajax's right back. But Spurs have a tough fixture list, playing on the Monday night before the second leg trip to Amsterdam. They also have a lot of injury problems, with the likes of Harry Kane, Eric Dyer, and potentially Moussa Sissoko being out injured, and Heung-min Son is suspended for that first leg. Ajax, on the other hand, are lobbying to get their away fixture before the first leg against De Graafschap brought forward from Sunday to Friday night. Dutch officials have also suggested the possibility of extending the Eredivisie season to give Ajax the best possible chance in winning the Champions League. If Ajax can lighten the fixtures before the semi-final, then I fancy them to cause an upset. Both teams play with such intensity, but Ajax even more so. They've won more tackles and made more interceptions than any other team in the Champions League this season, and this could see them cause an upset. I predict Ajax to progress to the Champions League final. Now on to the boring tie. Barcelona versus Liverpool. This season under Jurgen Klopp has witnessed Liverpool play with greater control and has allowed them to maintain an incredible Premier League title challenge. This season Liverpool have set up in a 4-3-3, favouring a workman-like midfield trio to create a platform for the fullbacks to join the front three in attack. In possession they focus on getting the balls to the fullbacks, who deliver dangerous crosses into the box for the front three. In fact, no fullback in the Premier League has registered more assists than the Liverpool pair Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson. And Joshua Kimmich is the only defender to register more assists than Robertson in Europe's top 5 leagues. But out of possession is where Liverpool are at their most dangerous, counter-attacking with pace, and this is going to be the main threat for Barcelona. Despite seemingly brushing aside Manchester United 4-0 over 2 legs, Barcelona didn't create an awful lot in open play, and 3 of their goals came from mistakes, whilst the 4th was a fantastic curled effort from 25 yards. You could argue that Barcelona didn't overexert themselves and conserved energy, but a more aggressive team could get a result against Barcelona. This season Valverde has set Barca up in a 4-4-2, playing Messi and Suarez as a strike pair. A lot of people have said that Barcelona play a 4-3-3 with Coutinho and a front three, and that's how it looks on paper, but in-game Coutinho is considerably closer to the midfield than the attack. In their shape, Barcelona build up in a 3-4-3 with Busquets dropping into defence as the fullbacks push into midfield. The left midfielder, Dembele or Coutinho, pushes into the attacking unit. Barca create through Lionel Messi, and stopping him is key if Liverpool want to reach the final for the 2nd consecutive season. Manchester United showed both how to stop Messi and to not stop Messi in their 2 legs. In the first leg, they got bodies around the Argentine and Luke Shaw slowed him down enough so teammates could get around and put in a tackle. In the second leg, Man United didn't exert the same style and strategy and allowed Messi to destroy Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Nou Camp record. This game is all about risk and reward. Liverpool have to be bold and press Barcelona out of the back. They showed against Manchester United that they're not as assured in possession as they used to be and could be forced into making mistakes. If Klopp goes full heavy metal, Liverpool could blow away Barcelona. But even if he doesn't, when Barcelona are attacking, he should leave Mane and Salah in aggressive counter-attacking positions. Barcelona can't afford to overload the right and centre of the pitch because Jordi Alba is such an offensive fullback. But if Klopp is brave and leaves Liverpool's forwards high, Alba can be forced to be more controlled and nullify Barca's major weapon on that left wing. Klopp needs to play smart and not go blow for blow with Barcelona. At this stage of the Premier League last season, Liverpool had conceded 15 more goals, while scoring just 1 more. An incredible evolution from Klopp, but this hasn't translated to Europe. What made Liverpool so dangerous last season was their unpredictability. Liverpool scored 41 goals in 13 Champions League games, more than 3 per game in Europe's most elite club competition. This season though, they've only scored 18 goals in the Champions League, 15 fewer than they managed at the same stage last season. On top of that, they're conceding more goals per game. But Liverpool are a much more complete side than they were last season, but do you argue that's better for the league than in cup competitions? They've also got a really unfortunate fixture pile up, where they have to play the Sunday before the Tuesday night second leg. Barca also play at the weekend, but they sit 9 points clear at the top of La Liga, and they'll be able to rest most of their key players for the second leg. However, in history, champions have to grind out results with big players coming up clutch at the key moments, and Real Madrid have shown that over the last few seasons. And I do think Liverpool have enough star quality in such a well-drilled side that will see them progress to the final. Even though Lionel Messi can win a tie in 15 minutes, I think Barcelona can't support him the way that either Luis Enrique's side did or Pep Guardiola. And also Liverpool's threat on the counter-attack is going to be too much for the Catalan club. So I predict a final of Ajax versus Liverpool on the 1st of June in the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium. If Ajax can make it to the final, they'll have the momentum and confidence to win the competition. But Klopp has already lost 2 finals against superior opposition. He goes into the 3rd final as the favourite and possesses the quality on the bench that he didn't have in previous campaigns. I think the quality that Liverpool have is enough to see off Ajax and win their 6th Champions League. But you could have argued the same about Real Madrid and Juventus, who Ajax saw to the sword. And I really want this Ajax team to get to the final to take the trophy home. It would be fantastic for the Dutch club. But guys, what do you think? Who will win the Champions League this season? Get into those comments below, join the debate, like that goddamn video and subscribe if you're new. I've been Statman Dave. See you later. Thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't heard already, we've partnered with Squawka. and we'd really appreciate it if you could come over and support us by clicking their channel. And if you like what you're seeing, why not drop them a subscribe? Alternatively, if you've enjoyed this content, why not check out one of my recent videos?